A few days ago, I was in a TikTok live when someone asked me a question that completely stopped me. What do you offer that AA doesn't? I just stared at the screen for a second. Not because it offended me, not because it was a bad question, because I honestly didn't know how to answer it in a handful of characters. I typed back that I didn't think the question really hit the mark. I tried to explain that Alcoholics Anonymous is a peer support fellowship, while what I do is individualized, evidence-based, professional support built on psychology, neuroscience, and years of clinical work. His response? That's hilarious. Now, I happen to know Dr. Joe is funny as hell. I just didn't think that was one of my better jokes. The exchange stuck with me, though, not because of his comment, because I realized he wasn't really asking about AA. He was asking how I think about recovery. And that's a question worth answering. I've been sober for 35 years. That surprises some people because I almost never make videos about AA. People sometimes assume that means I've moved away from it or that I don't value it anymore. Neither of those assumptions are true. When I got sober, AA gave me a place to begin when I desperately needed one. But over the next 35 years, I kept learning. I've experienced recovery as a participant, and I've spent more years studying it as a professional. Those are different perspectives, and both have shaped how I think today. When I got sober, I needed exactly what I needed at that point in my life. Over the next 35 years, I continued learning. I became a therapist. I supervised clinicians. I worked in treatment. I developed curriculum. I studied trauma, neuroscience, mindfulness, behavior change, family systems, positive psychology, habit formation, and executive stress. It would be strange if my understanding of recovery hadn't grown along the way. Here's the way I think about it today. Recovery has layers: medical care, therapy, coaching, peer support, healthy habits, community, family, purpose. For some people, spirituality. None of those layers replaces the others. They work together. His question was a little like asking a cardiologist what a cardiologist offers that a walking club doesn't, or what a physical therapy offers that a gym doesn't. They're not competitors. They're solving different problems. That's how I see recovery. AA fills a role that professional services don't. Professional services fill roles that peer support was never designed to fill. Those aren't criticisms. They're simply different jobs. People also ask me if I'm trying to replace AA. No, not at all. I'm trying to fill the gaps that AA was never intended to fill. AA wasn't designed to provide trauma therapy, or EMDR, or executive coaching, or individualized treatment, or couples therapy, or education about stress physiology, burnout, and habit formation. That's not its mission. My mission is different. If you've watched this channel for a while, you've heard me talk about building a healthier toolbox. That's because I don't believe recovery depends on one tool. Peer support is a tool. Therapy is a tool. Coaching is a tool. Medication is a tool. Exercise is a tool. Mindfulness is a tool. Healthy relationships are a tool. My job isn't to convince you that one wrench is better than another. My job is to help you build the toolbox. Here's another way to say it. If AA disappeared tomorrow, everything I teach on this channel would still be true. The neuroscience would still be true. The psychology would still be true. The stress physiology would still be true. The trauma impact would still be true. Executive stress would still matter, because this channel isn't built around one recovery program. It's built around understanding how human beings change, how habits form, how unhealthy coping develops, how we build lives that don't require alcohol or other unhealthy coping in the first place. That's why I spend so much time talking about executive stress, nervous system regulation, conditioning, trauma, and sustainable habits. I'm trying to help people understand themselves. So if you're in AA and it's helping you, I genuinely hope you keep going. If Smart Recovery is your community, wonderful. If Recovery Dharma is where you have found your peace, I'm glad you found it. And if you're simply wondering whether alcohol has started taking up too much space in your life, you're welcome here too. I'm not here to convince you to join a particular pathway. I'm here to help you understand your brain, your stress, your habits, and your choices. Because my goal has never been allegiance to a program. It's helping people build a healthier life. One that's supported by evidence, informed by experience, and sustainable for the long haul. Programs teach a path. My work teaches principles. Principles travel with you wherever you go.